Hi guys, a little video from me, what I've been doing. A little update from the weekend, from the scrap trade-ins from the shop, and partially from the car boot on Sunday. Um, I've done a bit of a strip down, obviously on this half complete gaming PC. The board, I couldn't really test it really, due to missing RAM, etc. So I just scrapped it down basically. The CPU is just some generic Intel Pentium G2030 chip. Had a look on eBay. People are selling them for £2-3. Not worth selling it, so I just put it to my collection really. Uh, then obviously you have your extruded aluminium heat sink. Unfortunately, not a copper one. Um, Shame, but it's just aluminium. Then you had a bit of a low grade board here, and then you had your bit of fans in there. Two fans, three fans, whatever is left from that one. Yeah, so I just cut the little bits off so that it looks a bit better, more presentable. So I done a bit of a calculation on that one, and half scrap one. So the motherboard weighs 0.4 kilograms at £2. That would be 82 pence. The low grade motors of those fans, yeah, had 200 grams at 35 pence, added to 7 pence. Then the low grade board, that USB, what I just showed you basically this year, um, is valued at 50 pence a kilo, which is just basically a penny. Then the extruded aluminium was just around nearly 100 gram. I just give an estimate on that one, so the prices could vary on that one. Could be more, could be a bit less, so that would be 8 pence. Then the CPU itself is about, yeah, if you round it up, like 3 gram. Some places I can sell it £4 or £6 depending on which place it goes to and how they grade them. CPUs, some grade them lower, some just chuck them into generic, which will be £4 or £6 respectable. So it would be 10 pence or 16 pence. So in this sense, I would still make some money at least. Whereas if I would sell it for £2 on eBay, I would actually sell it at a loss due to the postage, which would cost me £1.55 plus the eBay fees, and I would lose a few pennies basically. So I just rather just do this, and that would be that. So that half scrap computer would stand me in scrap value without the metal case, steel case. I haven't weighed that, and a bit of wire what was in there, I haven't weighed that bit. So yeah, probably about £1 something, £1.20 or something like that probably. So this is what came up with it, and yeah, that wasn't too bad. Obviously I left the power supply out because I'm going to test the power supply, which is one of those power supplies. Obviously not too much value on them ones, but normally around £15 on eBay. Better than just selling them for £1 in scrap metal basically. And yeah, sometimes I use these ones after checking them and testing them, and then fix another PC when they come in dead, for example. Yeah, so then I can charge anywhere £35-40 for the full thing, so I'm in profit. That's why I bought that one, bearing in mind just for the power supply mainly, and the rest is just like a bonus, which I will just add up in my collection upstairs to my board collections and precious metal collection. So when I have plenty, I will drop it all off. So then let's move on to the other PC. Yeah, just a basic PC, no slot cards whatsoever was in there. Really, absolutely box standard, basic family computer style. Basically, just, I don't know. It's really shocking what was just inside it. Really, normally you have at least one slot card in it, at least two RAMs or whatever. But this one just shockingly had only one RAM inside it, one disk drive, one hard drive, and that was it really. Yeah, quite shocking, but I do pay about a fiver, bearing in mind that I'm gonna use a power supply for it, which I could sell either on eBay for £15, got my money back anyway, or I can keep it for a customer to come. That's what I did with the last PC what I had. Same thing again, unfortunately, no slot cards whatsoever in it. But I think I had 2 RAM slots in it, 2 RAMs. Yeah, and then they're just basically a similar setup as this, really. It did have mm, aluminium and copper heatsink. That was a bit of a plus. Because that was, I think, a Windows XP one or something like that. So I used that power supply anyway already for a customer's computer, which I charged him £35 for. So he was quite happy about that. My original quote was around between 40-50, and I had that one in £35. He was buzzing. So that's that. So anyway, so the steel, all this stuff here, including the screws and the little disk drive what I disassembled, and that came up to 5 kilos and 330 gram at estimate 12 pence a kilo. Prices can vary wherever you go. They could be as low as 8 pence all the way up to high as say 16 pence. So this is just an estimate. So that would be 64 pence. The main motherboard, which is I believe a plastic socket one, so I just put like a guess price on it, £2 a kilo, could be more, could be 50 pence less, could be a pound more, 50 pence more. So I just left it as that really. So £2 in the calculation at 620 grams was £1 and 24 pence. So then you get your disk drive. Yeah, what a lot of people just leave inside the PC for whatever reasons, but they have like a flat pack IC and then 2 like IC chips. This is like a NAND memory chip on that one, and this is like a IC. Nothing, not a special IC, it's just a silver plated. And you have all the other ones on there. It's an old IDE one as well, so you have a bit of gold pins there. Don't really shine though, because it's a bit of a last gen disk drive boards. Or yeah, I always strip the disk drives down because you can only sell them for like a fiver on eBay or something. Not worth it really, so I just strip them. And no one uses actually PCs much anymore really, especially with disk drives, these kind of ones. So that's that. So that's that disk drive. Disk drive motherboard was about 50 gram at £4 a kilo, 22 pence. This is just an estimate £4 because they do go at more than just normal mid-grade boards. Could be a bit less, could be more. I remember I sold actually disk drive boards a few years back to a specialist guy, and I'm sure he paid me around that much for them. I think £4.50, £4.70 or whatever a kilo for them. Yeah, so that's that. So a hard drive, it's only a small 160 Hitachi hard drive. Like I said, I don't keep anything less than a terabyte on these ones anymore. Nice little board. You have to leave it all attached for it to get the money for it. Yeah, so if you take the board off, then it's just like dirty aluminium. You can strip the whole drive down if you really want to. I think the top is actually stainless. Then you have obviously your extruded aluminium, but you have to completely clean it really. I think, yeah, get the flex cable out, that little motor inside it. Then you have obviously the reader, what has like gold fingers on it. The readers, so you can separate it all, but I don't. I just sell it as it is. I think 80 pence a kilo. I think it's gone all the way up to 90 pence a kilo, I believe. Yeah, so that's that. So the hard drive itself weighed half a kilo at 43 pence. Then I had low grade boards, which are basically these ones, because there's too much junk on it, too much metal. Yes, you have your little gold pins on there in the card readers, a little IC there, but most of it is just junk. Yeah, inside your USB gold pins, but it's junk and it's classed as low grade. So that board, then obviously from the disk drive, this one that came with it, that is absolutely nothing on there. I think, yeah, a bit of silver recovery in that button and in these switches here. Don't know if anything is inside that LED. Bit of copper recovery out of this cable here, and then obviously the traces and stuff like that. Bit of tin recovery. Yeah, so that goes that one, and then another audio headphone microphone socket. Yeah, I left those pins on because I get for these pins only 40 pence a kilo, so at least now I get like 50 pence a kilo for this bit. Yeah, a little bit gold plating here and there, but all low grade because of the junk of the weight, so much plastic and obviously metal. And then you have these capacitors on there, a little bit of copper there in that little thing there, but yeah. So that was them three little board things. Low grade board, 62 grams at 50 pence a kilo, 3 pence. Then extruded aluminium, that block here. Yeah, very yummy, of course. So that's that. Extruded alloy, 238 grams at estimated 80 pence a kilo, was 19 pence. Then low grade motors, this fan, what looks absolutely beautiful. Yeah, the 2 disk drive motors. Yeah, that's why I always take the disk drives apart for them. And for this one, you can break that little brass piece out and then you get a bit of more money for it, but that's only worth it if you have like literally hundreds like I do. Then you can do that. It takes only a few seconds. Those are those low grade motors. Then you have laser and pins. So the lasers is most of the time gets bought in as dirty aluminium, even though you see the pure copper there. Underneath there's somewhere like a gold gold pin or something to do with a laser pointing gold diode or something like that. As you can see, it's nice copper everywhere, gold plating or silver plating in this case, but somewhere hidden in there you have like a gold bit. This is all just flex cables, a bit of gold plating here and there, and yeah, he just weighs them as that. Obviously he sells it on differently. I don't know if you can see it there, maybe from there. Yeah, so that's 40 pence, and then I added these ones to it, these little gold pins here. I cut off the cables. They're also classed as 40 pence a kilo. So that came up to, yeah, what was that? 40 grams, 44 grams, 2 pence a kilo. Next on the list, low grade cable, pluggy cable. This one's, I just leave the ends attached. Yeah, don't need to explain anything on that, do I? That came up at 48 grams at 80 pence, estimated 4 pence. Then you have just your standard box standard cable, which is this stuff here. Cut the ends all off, yeah, just like that. That came up to 90 grams at estimated £1.60 up and down the country. Don't know, sometimes some places 150, 180, 120, whatever they pay. That was what, 14 pence. Then the CPU. So like I said, I get always a bit confused because this one is the pin ones. Some people say the pinless ones have more gold. Some say these ones have more gold. I don't know. It's just a tactic, I guess, of those guys that buy these things. Only an old Intel Pentium CPU, not worth doing anything selling that on its own. Was like 40 grams, either £4 or £6 is 16 pence or 24 pence, depending on which place or how it's graded. And then there was a beautiful 512 megabyte RAM stick inside it. Just a one side RAM, the back side is clear only. It was an Acer tower, by the way, from the year 2007. The RAM itself, 16 gram at £26 or £30 a kilo is either 42 pence or 48 pence, depending on which place. And obviously the more rams you have, the more likely they are inclined to pay the higher price. Yeah, so the £30 a kilo or £28 a kilo. I even heard prices as high as £32, £34 a kilo. But I think that's the absolute maximum what you can get out of it, because bear in mind it's just really the gold plating on the edges here, and then if you incinerate basically the NAND memory chips, basically there's gold wire, gold bonding wire inside it. Well, the rest is all just fiberglass or whatever. Yeah, you have your bit of capacitors or whatever on it as well, but most of the time people just go for the pins and for the ICs themselves and leave the rest. So that's that really. So that would come up, though the whole computer weighs, oh yeah, the power supply would be 1 kilo and 466 grams. I'd say 40 pence a kilo, 39 or 59 pence, but I sell the power supplies like separate, so that doesn't really play a role really. So the whole PC weighed 8 kilos 666 grams, which would be, if you just sell it for scrap as it is, £1 and 4 pence. If you would sell it at like whatever 12 pence a kilo. But if you strip it all the way down, you can get £4 and 16 pence or £4.30 depending on those two thingies. And if you sell a power supply as well. So you can maximize your profit more, put another 15 or even more on it, depending on how you sell it. Then I bought additionally some other things from another guy. He had like brand new SSDs or SATA SSDs, and I saw that he had like all these slot cards, these old slot cards and RAMs and CPUs there. Made a bit of a deal on it. Obviously probably paid too much for the scrappy bits, but because of those SATA SSDs, and I'm going to use them and make money on them for customers, this is just like profit basically, what's going to sit in my drawer. And that was basically these little beautiful slot cards here, old, yeah, and then you had these kind of 32 gig SATA SSDs. Yeah, no one wants these kind of things no more, too small. And I think a Wi-Fi card here, but they're possibly classed as edged cards, slot cards. Yeah, can actually put them in there as well. And yeah, old Wi-Fi card, bleeding, that was fast back in the days, a few years back. Yeah, but you can't use them ones, so I just took them off his hands before he just throws them in the bleeding bin. Yeah, another old Wi-Fi card. Sometimes these come handy if someone wants it. Yeah, another old Wi-Fi card, a bit better. Well, that thing is broke. And I don't know what that is. Old card, nice. Gold pins in there, nice. Old school card, this one. And an old graphic and video card. So I don't know what memory is in that one, but by the looks of it, it's just too battered out, to be honest with you, too scratched and all that lot. Came out of a Dell, I believe, so I could actually check which one it might be, but I don't think this is actually worth anything. Let me just double check. Got the computer open, so why not? So search bar, which one could it be? So that's an OC or 0C P187. Oh, is it NVIDIA GeForce 8800 GT, a 512 megabyte GDDR3 PCIe DVI video card. Definitely not worth it. There are some guys in the States selling them for about 20 quid. But they are the only ones what sell them from there. No one here in the UK sells them because it's just scrap really. So that was about right then. I do know what's to keep and what not to keep. Yeah, that's that really. So those are that. Slot cards. 0.676 kilograms at estimated £4 a kilo. £2.70. Then I had a bunch of RAMs. Nothing in there. I think there's one 4GB stick in there and one 2GB PC3 RAM inside it for a laptop, but it's just simply, the rest is like 512 a gigabyte whatsoever, just rubbish really. So that came up to 0.622 kilo at estimated 26 or £30 a kilo, would be £16.67 or £18.66. Then he had some beautiful CPUs in here, but I don't know, I don't like selling CPUs what I haven't tested. On top of that, these are just mainly server CPUs, Intel Xeon ones. I do think they come up to around £5 each or something, but yeah, I don't want to ruin someone's bleeding server system or whatever they want to use it for, but they're too old. If there would be a newer Xeon ones, I wouldn't mind selling them. So there will be only two identical ones and one even older one, smaller one. They came up to 92 grams at £4 or £6 a kilo, 37 pence and or 55 pence. And then there was obviously a bit of aluminium on one of those RAMs, which is like what, 20 grams, yeah, 2 pence. So might get away with it putting in an old roll aluminium. I don't think so. It'll be dirty aluminium this, let's see, just chuck it in. It's only them two anyway, so should be alright, hopefully, fingers crossed. And yeah, that was that really. Hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe to my channel. Any comments, please leave it in the comment section and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. I will try to make some more videos during the week, whatever, scrapping the TV out, what can be used, what can be sold, like on eBay, the boards or whatever, and scrapping down some monitors, Xbox, DVD players, more cables and plugs. and I'm going to show you what I keep, what I don't keep, obviously. And yeah, just stay tuned, like and subscribe, and all the best. Have a good night then, boys. Bye.